Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Amateur Commentator. I am Anshul, and I have with me Soumit. IPL 2022 is here, and today was the first match between CSK and KKR. Soumit, tell us about the match and what are your views about the first match between CSK and KKR?
So CSK had a horrible start with their last season's top scorer going for a duck in the first over itself. Then their new recruit, replacement performed replacing Devon Conway, also didn't perform well. After that, Uthappa did play some good shots. Rayudu also played certain good shots, but they didn't stay long enough. Jadeja promoted himself to number 5, caused the run out of Rayudu, and then Shivam Dube, they're another replacement, another new recruit for them, also had a bad day. But it was again back to the same story that has been there for CSK for the last 10, 12 years. Mahendra Singh Dhoni was there for the rescue act. He started slowly. He had some difficulty playing the spinners, but in the last 3 overs, CSK scored nearly 50 runs to take their total to 130. In the second innings, Kolkata started well. Rahane looked $1 million. So, grace is something that Rahane is not lacked, and it was quite a canter for them at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think CSK as a team did not look well prepared. I would say that's the word I will use. But I was still impressed in terms of how Uthappa was playing till the time he was there in the crease. Although he's playing after quite some time, in fact after the last year IPL, but he looked who is someone who is in touch, and he was hitting the ball pretty well and timing the ball pretty well. Yes, Jadeja caused a run out of Amateur Commentator and almost also ran out Shivam Dube as well. Overall, I think they lacked preparations. Maybe that is something which will happen in the next couple of matches. A lot of players have joined the bubble in the last few days itself only. So still early early time in the tournament, but there is no excuse in terms of how they perform. Apart from just batting for CSK, I think their bowling looked thin. It did not look penetrating. Apart from Bravo, I don't think so any of the other bowlers were threatening the opposition in terms of taking the wickets. And when you already have a low total like 130 odd, I don't think so it was a lot of effort required from KKR side to chase down the total. And as you correctly pointed out, Dhoni, yes, he was not able to read the spinners, I would say. Both of them are mystery spinners for KKR. It was good that he was able to finish the way which he did. Else it would have been a pretty disaster for CSK.
Yeah, I think it was not a good start. As you have said, they do look a bit rusty. I think as matches go on, I think they will get better. Dhoni was playing for the first time in almost 6 to 8 months, 6 months, I guess now. The other players also looked a bit rusty. Conway is back from injury. He didn't play a lot for New Zealand as well. So yeah, I'm hoping better things from CSK. But how impressed were you with Kolkata?
I think their bowling looked very well. Yes, there was some assistance from the wicket for the seamers initially, but the amount of movement and the pace which Umesh Yadav and the bounce as well, which he was able to extract out of the wicket, it was simply eye-catching after watching Umesh Yadav after so long performing that well in IPL. It was really good performance from him, and at the same time, although Narine did not pick up wicket, but he was very economical. And who is a bowler who is going for less than 4 runs an over in T20 cricket, that is absolutely magnificent. I think KKR has one of the strongest bowling lineup. My only concern is they have 5 bowlers, and the 5 bowler include Andrew Russell. And the 6th bowling option, they only have 6 bowling option is Venkatesh Iyer. So I'm just a bit concerned about their 5th bowling option going forward in the upcoming matches. But overall, they look a very solid bowling lineup.
I think if required in places like Devon, I think they may go with Nitish Rana as well. He may deliver an over or two if the wicket is slow with awkward off spin. I was also quite impressed with their bowling. Umesh looked brilliant in the first over. there were a couple of wides. The first ball itself was a no ball, but I think he got into the group pretty early. He was pacey, he was beating the bat, and it was a wonderful catch, that one of Ruturaj Gaikwad.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think bowling wise they were pretty impressive. Sunil Narine also looked like he has not lost any touch from the player he was 10 years back. It was the same Sunil Narine. Varun Chakraborty also was quite deceptive. All in all, I think the bowling looked quite solid. Batting wise, I don't. They will get more challenging days than this one. So I think this one, even though they should have chased down the total pretty early, they took it a bit deeper than my liking. But I think all in all, they will be happy. One more thing, they will be pretty happy with how Ajinkya Rahane performed.
Absolutely.
I think that was a bonus for them. Rahane has never lacked grace, and that was quite evident. Some of the shots were just beautiful. So yeah, I think Kolkata have started well. Yeah,
And it was important for Rahane, initially. It was a good thing for KKR that they were chasing modest total, I would say. And in a decent batting track, that actually helped Rahane to get accustomed to the pace and then take his scoring opportunities. He was not required to, directly go at a strike rate of 150 or 170. So that was something which was important from his point of view, because he has been recently dropped from the Indian cricket team, and so that's why all those things must have been at back of his mind. So yeah, it was a good start for KKR over and all again.
So let's just talk about some of the players in the team. So who were the players from CSK who caught your eye, who you felt did well, and who were you disappointed with the most?
I think Bravo, and I scoreboard suggested I should say Dhoni, but I would still say Robin Uthappa, because he was timing the ball really well. Dhoni was not able to, even rotate the strikes against spinner. So for me, the top two players with whom I am happy is Robin Uthappa and Bravo in terms of their batting and bowling. Yes, Uthappa should have been able to read the spinners much better, which he was not able to do. In terms of disappointment, I think the most disappointing thing overall for CSK was their batting lineup, including Ruturaj Gaikwad, Devon Conway. Most of the shots which they played, most of the batsmen who got out, they did not got out to very good deliveries who should be considered as wicket-taking deliveries. So I think they were a bit loose. So that was a bit disappointing from my end. And another thing which I felt is Jadeja is probably the top spinner in the team, and he came to bowl the last of all the 6 bowling options. So considering they were defending a very low total, I expected him to come back a bit earlier in the innings to bowl. That was something which I felt. Yes, obviously this was the first match Jadeja was captaining. As he grows along, he'll get better and better. But these were a few things which were lacking from mind from CSK side.
I think talking about disappointment, Jadeja's captaincy, he looked nervous, and I think this is his first time captaining a side. Yeah. He has not even captained his domestic side, Saurashtra. So I think it looked he looked a bit nervous. The run out of Rayudu didn't help.
Yeah.
So let's see how he improves in the course of this tournament and maybe going forward, because I don't think Dhoni will be staying a lot longer there. Talking about good things from CSK's point of view, as you said, Bravo bowled pretty well. He equaled Lasith Malinga's record of highest wickets in IPL. So that's a good thing. He's 40, but he's still rocking it. Love that. One cause of concern was Devon Conway, but I think this is his first match, first game in IPL, his first limited over game in India. So I think, yes, it was not a great start. He struggled a bit, but I am almost sure that CSK would give him the entire run. So that's something. So let's move on to Kolkata. Who impressed you and who left you wanting for more?
I think Umesh Yadav's spell was pretty eye-catching. I was not expecting him to be able to, extract that much amount from the wicket, especially because getting a helpful wicket is another thing, and bowling well in that is an entirely different thing. So from that I felt Umesh Yadav bowled really well. also Sunil Narine and Varun Chakravarti. As I spoke earlier, my concern for me for KKR is the other two bowling option. Mahi and Russel both were a bit expensive, but yes, they bowled towards the fag end of the innings where Dhoni was also trying to score as many runs as possible. So that might also come into factor. But the perfect setup which Rahane got to chase on 130 odd was the most important factor, I would say, for KKR. That helped him got running. And going forward in the tournament, we'll see likes of Sam Billings, Shreyas Iyer and Venkatesh Iyer to revolve around Ajinkya Rahane and score those big runs. So that is something which I'm expecting going forward.
Yeah. Talking about Shreyas Iyer, I think I was pretty impressed with his captaincy. Although he has done it before, he has done it with Delhi and it took them to the final. So it's not something new for him. But initially, the way he rotated his bowlers, it looks like he has the confidence of the dressing room. So that was good. Both the spinners were pretty good. I felt that Kolkata playing a batsman too many, I would say. Yeah. So Stanton Jackson coming into bat at number 8 if Russ is batting at 7. So I think that's something that maybe when Pat Cummins comes in, they may drop one batsman in favor of a bowler. They do have Sam Billings to keep the wickets, but I must say that I was impressed with Jackson. So yeah, it would be a tough thing to see him getting dropped if Cummins comes in. Otherwise, I think it was a good performance from Kolkata. The only thing was maybe they could have gotten the target a bit, changed it a bit quicker. So saying that, let's move on to the next segment, which is looking forward to these two teams' next matches. CSK have Lucknow at Brabourne, and Kolkata have RCB at DY Patil. What do you think CSK should improve upon for the next match?
I think they have missed Moeen Ali and Deepak Chahar. I'm sure Deepak Chahar will take some more time to come back into the fold. But if they are able to get services of Moeen Ali, that would be a very important and a boosting factor for CSK. Saying that, even if they are batting first or bowling first, their bowling needs to be more consistent. They were not looking consistent apart from Darren Bravo. Yes, we talked about Devon Conway and Ruturaj Gaikwad. I guess moving ahead in the tournament, I'm sure that they will perform much better. And if Chennai scores more runs, their bowler will be able to perform. But this was a match where they were defending a very low total, and at the same time their bowlers were also not up to the mark. So yeah, those are the things which I would expect them to do forward.
So for Kolkata, I think having Narine and Chakrabarti bowl well was godsend from the first match itself. And I think against RCB, with a weakish middle order that RCB have, and they are obviously top heavy, I think Kolkata stands a good chance of knocking RCB off. But for that we'll have to see how RCB performs in their first game. They too have a new captain in there. So yeah, let's see how that goes. So
the interesting thing is, we have not seen high-level matches or international matches in Brabourne and DY Patil from quite some time. So it will be important to see what are the nature of the wickets, because traditionally Brabourne is a red soil wicket and DY Patil is also low wicket and slow wicket kind of thing. So what kind of wicket turns up for these matches, it will be an interesting thing to see.
Yeah, I think we should wrap it up now. But before wrapping up, just one more point about the pitch. I think it was a pretty decent pitch. It was not a batting paradise. Actually, it had something for the bowler. It was gripping. And I think this is the kind of pitches that we are going to get throughout the tournament. So yeah, that's a good first game. Low scoring. I know it was kind of one-sided, but we saw a lot of skill involved in that match. So yeah. Let's close it now. Thank you all for watching. It was great having you here. Kindly like, share, subscribe our content, and please write back to us on how we can improve it. And we'll be doing these post-match reviews after every game in the IPL. We hope to do so. So keep watching. Thank you.
Thank you.